Hey, what is going on, crypto people? Bitcoin hits what? 122, 123,000 hits a new all-time high. Flare Network's mainnet anniversary. That's exciting. FirelightFI Waitlist. It is live, family. And guess what? Guess what? The banks have they just figured out some way to come together just to figure out a way to custody your assets for you. Then we talk about that. We said they were peeping around the corner, waiting for their chance to suddenly come in and offer their services to you. That happened. Crypto Eddie had an interesting post out today. What is more fair? What is more accurate? What is a better assessment of a return on investment in the digital asset space? Is it a 3-year return or is it a 10-year look? Is it a 10-year look or a 3-year look? Interesting. I had to go to ChatGPT just to get a better perspective on that. We'll cover that as well. Happy freaking Monday to each and every one of you. Yeah, I had to take some profit today, Had to take some profit. BTC all-time high. Yeah, took a little off the table today, for a good reason too. But yeah, took some off the table today. Exited a few. Took a little slice off of a few. Got to take some of those, especially Bitcoin and Solana. Took some off the table. Yeah, excited about taking some profit, not waiting, not waiting, taking some profits off. That was good. Took some BTC profit, Solana, Sui, Ando, and a mini little teeny XRP. It's literally dust. It's really dust, all things considered. But yeah, I had to do that. $3. $3. Come on, man. Yeah, took a little, little something, something. Appreciate you guys checking in tonight. Happy Monday to each and every one of you. What an exciting time to be an early adopter in this new asset class. It's a digital asset space. What did I tell you, Keyless? Didn't I tell you the banks were going to somehow, between the OCC and FDIC and these regulators, they were just going to figure out a way to somehow let the banks custody your assets. Danny Loft, bro, you got to hit me up on my new number, brother. You got to hit me up on my new number. I texted it to you. My new number, my friend. No, I don't think he did. I don't think he got arrested. Danny Loft is like, did Gary Gensler get arrested? I think that was just all rumor, man. That would have been all over crypto Twitter if that would have happened, don't you think? What's going on, Danny Loft? Hope you're well, bro. Hit me up on my new number, man. Check your text, make sure you have it. It should be 512 area code for Tejas. Let me know if you got it, bro. Yeah, the FDIC and the OCC, it was tough. It took us a hard time to figure out how we could make this work and blah 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 blah. But it's risky. But we're gonna let the bank custody your stuff. We'll let the banks custody your stuff. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Eleanor Terrett posted that. Danny Love says my BTC is on fire. Mine too, bro. It's nice. BTC is doing its thing. Yep. Crazy stuff. So I want to share, I want to celebrate that. We're going to go with the market, go with the numbers because, Bitcoin an all-time high, new all-time high. We got to cover that. We'll get on the CoinGecko. I refreshed it 2 or 3 minutes ago. So let's go over there real quick while we're letting some people hop on. Guys, do me a favor, hit the like button on the way in. That'd be awesome, awesome, awesome. Bitcoin new all-time high. Flare Network's mainnet anniversary was today. FirelightFI. Looks like it's going to be a game-changing DApp on Flare Networks. On Flare Networks. Yeah, I'll text you the new number, Danny, when we get off, bro. I'll text that to you. FirelightFI, I think it's going to be a next level DApp on Flare Networks. I really, really do. We're going to cover that as well. But let's go over this market. 512 is not Texas. What is it then? What is 5? It is Texas, right? I thought it was Texas. Danny's like 512 is not Texas. All right, let's go to this market real quick. What is this right here? Why is that popping up on me like that? What's going on? All right. Yeah. So according to CoinGecko, the total cryptocurrency market cap is down 4% in the last 24 hours. That's interesting. And it's at 3.78 trillion. Bitcoin dominance is let's do the live Bitcoin dominance right here. Did we get out of 64? Are we in 63% Bitcoin dominance? Let's see. Nope, still in 64%. I'm glad I took some profit. I took some profit there on the BTC. All right, so 64% for the Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin is trading at $118,795. I took my profit just in time. On the 30-day, Bitcoin is up 12.5% on the 30-day. Ethereum, $2,985. Again, on the 30-day, Ethereum is up 18%. XRP is trading at $2.89. On the 30-day, XRP is up 34%. This is why I took just a little teeny at $3. Just a little. Because this thing, I think this is, anyway, I think that's just getting started over there. Solana is trading at $161 again on the 30-day. It is up 11%. Solana took secondary. Bitcoin was the highest. Solana was the second highest in terms of taking off the table because I, traded all my ETH into Solana. Dogecoin, 19 cents, trading at 19 cents on the 30 days, up 9.5%. And yeah, I said Dogecoin. The beloved where's Sui? Oh, right there, $3.90 on the 30 days, up 31%. That was the second least amount that I took off the table. Right? XRPs, sweet. I think they still got some stuff that got some explaining to do in the rest of this bull cycle. So that's the market, fam. And the market is doing what the market does. Should I cover this hilarious tweet from Ellen Tarrant? What did I tell you guys yesterday? I told you guys yesterday this was going to happen. Yesterday's live stream. Didn't I, Pookie? I told you guys yesterday. Look, right. Ellen the Terror shares. Just shout out to you, Ellen or Ellie. I hope you're doing well, miss. New. The big three banking regulators, United States OCC, the Federal Reserve, and the FDIC, just issued joint guidance on how banks should approach custody and crypto assets. This guidance doesn't create new rules, but reaffirms that banks must apply existing risk management, legal, and compliance frameworks when holding crypto on behalf of customers. How about that? I mean, they're just doing you a favor. Oh, my goodness gracious. Ellen Tarrant says the TLDRs, banks can hold crypto for customers in fiduciary or non-fiduciary roles, but must follow existing laws and risk management principles. Key risks for banks to consider: cybersecurity, cryptographic key control, volatile markets, the AML and the CFT and the OFAC compliance, third-party oversight. If a bank holds the key, it holds the liability. Full control equals full responsibility. That's what it is now. They have responsibilities, not to you. An interesting nugget in this section, the guidance says the banks must ensure that only they, not even the customer, can access the keys. An interesting nugget in this section. The guidance says that banks must ensure that only they, the banks, not even the customer, can access the keys, which they call the standard for true control. To some people, look, being self-sovereign and taking care of your own keys and taking care of your own crypto is just too hard. People ain't going to want to do it. Full control right here. Full control. The banks will have it. Third-party custody vendors are allowed, but banks remain on the hook for their actions and must do due diligence on them. Bottom line, the banking regulators will allow institutions to custody crypto, but it will be highly scrutinized and high liability practice. Really? Really? Don't forget, refresh yourself on The Great Taking by David H. Webb. Refresh your memory. In the Crypto C's house, we say, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. There it is. There it is. They're gonna do you a favor, my friends. They're gonna do you a favor and hold the stuff for you. They're gonna just take care of you. I know you don't want to have to deal with seed phrases, and I understand. What they're gonna understand, they're gonna feel your pain. They're gonna feel your pain. They are gonna feel your pain. Yeah, just sit right down here. Would you like some iced tea, fresh some sparkling water? Yeah, just have a seat. We'll t- we'll t- we'll take care of you. We'll take care of you. Holy moly. Holy moly. Keela says, Puka says, smash the like buttons. There you go, fam. Hit that like button for me. That'd be awesome. We always like to have just as many likes as we got viewers in the stream. And I think I did a little something in relation to that. Let me share that real quick. Ellen the Terrage post. Hey, she's only sharing. We don't want to shoot the messenger. Let me find this. I said, thanks. But yeah, no thanks. Thanks, but no thanks. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no. Nope. No need for that. Let me welcome some more people into the stream here. What got going on here? No name checked in. XRP's on sale. Really? How about that? How about that? Welcome to the stream, bro. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I caught up on everyone checking in. Smash that like button. Says that's right, Keyless, but they want us to be held accountable. Look, I gave the scenario again. Dude walked into his bank, deposited $25,000, and about 72 hours later, he said, I kind of like just want to hold the money myself. And they said, well, yeah, that money's not there. Can you schedule a time when we can get some? We might not be able to get all of it, but we need like a week's advance. A week advance? Scary stuff, family. Scary stuff. Keela says, one thing I like to see within regulation rules is the anti-crypto holder activities by banks, such as blocking crypto purchases. Oh, I hear you. I hear you. So, yeah, I told you they were going to be peeping around the corner, Danny Loth, yesterday on my live stream. It's be peeping around that corner saying, just waiting for that opportunity to custody your stuff. Just peeking around the corner. Oh, M freaking G. OMG. Yeah, no thanks, man. No thanks. Let me see if I can find this Flare Networks mainnet anniversary. Let me see if I can find it before that was pretty cool. Did Flare put that out? I think they did. Let me see something here. Let me put something out here. Let me see if I can find that. Moon Chaser. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Let's share that. Let's share that, Danny Lowe. Flare mainnet anniversary. Flare at 3, powering a connected and data-rich DeFi ecosystem. 3 years ago, a vision for a more connected, 3 years ago, a vision for a more connected, decentralized, and data-rich Web3 began with Flare Mainnet launch. Today, we celebrate Flare's 3rd anniversary. It's hard to believe how far the network and community have come, with that original vision now coming to life in the form of a rapidly growing, interoperable ecosystem. We are truly grateful to our vibrant community, developers, and infrastructure providers who have been with us each step of the way. This article summarizes where Flare stands today and looks back at Flare's major milestones, moments that remind us how much we've grown, while also serving as a reminder of all that's to come in 2025 and beyond. Where is Flare today? A journey to decentralized data and finance. Flare Networks is more active than ever before, with record on-chain numbers and serving as home to a bustling DeFi ecosystem. The numbers speak for themselves. 40 million blocks produced, 240 million total transactions, 3.9 million wallet addresses created, 445,000 daily transactions, average block time of 1.8 seconds. It's like a lot of people forget that Flare Networks is a layer 1 EVM blockchain. Over 73% of the FLR circulating supply is staked. 73% is staked or delegated to support the network. Each of these stats represents real uses and real value being created. They also reflect the cumulative efforts of the community and Flare team. In conjunction with the major milestone moments that led up to the present day, let's take a closer look at the milestones along the journey, from its ambitious origins to its current thriving state. Remember all of this. Flare flashback, the defining moments. Flare's journey began with a clear vision to bring smart contract capabilities and decentralized data access to a wider range of blockchains, especially those like XRP that lacked native smart contract functionality. Get the original concept and white paper pre-2021. The initial groundwork, the Canary Songbird launch. All right, so the initial groundwork for Flare was laid, focusing on decentralized data acquisition and robust smart contract execution to enable trustless access to off-chain data for on-chain apps. Canary Network launched in September of 2021, called Songbird. Flare Mainnet Genesis was July 14, 2022. The public token distribution was January, 5 months later. The highly anticipated airdrop of FLR tokens to millions, notably XRP holders, from the December 2020 snapshot. At the heart of Flare's progress, let me see, XRP holder, initial widespread participation, yes. At the heart of Flare's progress are the two enshrined oracles, powering data interoperability, the FTSO, Flare Time Series Oracle, and the Flare Data Connector, FTC. Core protocol growth, FTSO, and FTC. A major highlight from the past year has been the launch of FTSO version 2, Flare's upgraded, fully enshrined Oracle system. It provides decentralized, reliable, and frequently updated data feeds onto the Flare blockchain to power a broad range of data-intensive applications. We got some metrics here. Total price updates, more than 54 million, including both from Flare and Canary. Average feed deviation, less than 0.05. User queries, more than 200,000. Security, total FLR, 38.8 billion. Uptime, 99.976%. Number of supported assets, 60. Average update latency, 1.8 seconds. Number of providers, 85 plus. I thought it was 100, but this is 85 plus there. So Source for system. All right. Alongside the FCSO, the Flare Data Connector has enabled developers to access secure, verified data from both other blockchains and Web2 APIs directly on chain, further strengthening Flare's cross-chain applications like F assets. Specifically, it has unlocked new possibilities for Flare DeFi protocols, setting the stage for rapid ecosystem growth. You got FTC by the numbers, current as of writing, data providers 86, data types available 18, including Bitcoin, Doge, XRPL, and 3 EVM chains. DeFi ecosystem growth. The past year has been an inflection point for Flare DeFi with new protocols, deep liquidity, and booming activity pushing DeFi to new heights. Current ecosystem metrics: the TVL 170 million, stablecoin liquidity 150 million. USDT zero minted on Flare over 77.5 million. Ready for use in swapping, borrowing, trading trading perps, and providing liquidity. DEX transaction volumes 19 million weekly. The volume bridge via Stargate is 26 million USDC and 2,687 wrapped ETH. Talks about the explosive TBL and stablecoin liquidity. Let me stop there and welcome some more people in just in case. XRP Precision Beats is in the building. How are you, my friend? Appreciate you checking in. Hi there, Beats. Says Keyless. Yeah, that's right, Keyless. Yeah, the masses, unfortunately, not going to learn their lessons and going to be turning over their control of their valuable asset. Think about this is assets in a new financial system. It's a new, completely new system and asset class. This asset class is the newest one in over 500 years. 500 years. People are already saying, yeah, I'm just going to trust the banks again. I'm just going to trust the banks again, XRP Precision Beats. Cray cray. As we ask me, all right, what do we got here? Explosive TVL and stablecoin liquidity. Flare's integration of USDT Zero, which is the omni-chain composable version of Tether in April 2025, led to a massive jump in TVL, more than tripling from 37 million to 120 million in just 13 days. This dramatic growth is supported by incentives such as RFLR rewards, Flare rewards, and will be further propelled by F Assets incentive program, which launched this month, July 2025. The strategic initiative is allocating over 2.2 billion FLR over the next year to accelerate institutional grade DeFi activity on the network, beginning with XRP. F assets and XRPFi. This past year has also seen the rise of XRPFi, unlocking DeFi for XRP holders through FXRP and the F asset system. Users can mint fully collateralized FXRP to access lending, borrowing, and yield farming, all without giving up ownership of their original XRP. With the F assets v1.1 upgrade, and the introduction of the Core Vault in March 2025, enabling more scalable FXRP minting and direct redemptions, allowing users to seamlessly access XRP-based DeFi with greater liquidity and efficiency. FXRP is currently live on Flare's Canary network, Songbird, and set for the main stage when FSS go live on Flare Mainnet. In addition, the upcoming launch of STXRP at Firelight Stake XRP on file at Firelight will introduce staking for XRP, allowing users to stake FXRP and receive STXRP, an ERC20 token that remains liquid and usable on Flare DeFi while still earning rewards. This combination of F assets and XRP staking solution creates an XRPFi flywheel on Flare, where users can unlock new yield opportunities, move seamlessly between lending, staking, and liquidity pools. Lending, staking, and liquidity pools, and keep value circulating throughout the system. He talks about some partners there. They got a nice infograph there. I see Vivo Power on there. Interesting. Centaura, Polyhedra. Yeah, that's very interesting. Penguin. Etherpod, Fireblocks. Yeah. Flare's vision of more interoperable and data-driven Web3 has attracted a growing number of high-profile partners and integrations. Google Cloud, January 24, is an official validator and data provider on Flare, bringing enterprise-grade security and infrastructure to the network, as well as advancing Flare's push into verifiable AI. Kraken Exchange integrated USDT Zero on Flare in April, enhancing Flare's ecosystem accessibility to the 140 plus billion stablecoin liquidity with fast, low cost, and omni-chain transfer. So yeah, you can go from your Kraken Exchange, get the USTO on Flare. It's like 1-2. BitGo offers regulated custody for FLR and Songbird, enabling institutional access to the network with full compliance in both the United States and Europe. Vivo Power partnered with Flare just recently for its 100 million in XRP Treasury strategy, showcasing the real-world use cases and institutional appeal of the network. When they underline some stuff, it is for a reason. EZA partnered with Flare in June of 2025 to launch a developer series to onboard XRPL builders and grow adoption across the stack. So Flare Fair, Flare Community, 2025 and beyond. So celebrate that. I think that is really, really cool. Let me say congrats and happy anniversary. If I could do this right. ANNI. Exciting times ahead, my friends. Exciting times ahead. What else did I want to share with you guys here real quick? Oh, are we going to do that? Was this the 3-year and 10-year? No. Crypto Eddie's going to grab a pink bottle. All right, so let me get rid of this. That $3 XRP people are celebrating. I took a little snip off, our cost basis is 20 something cents. We took some off. All right. Let me see if I can find it. But we're not even close. I want to find let's see, the Firelight thing. I want to do that. Yeah. Flare Network says Firelight is designed to do more than just stake XRP. It uses structured, staged, and on-chain strategies to generate sustainable yield. Sign up now and be early in XRPFi. Here it is right here. The waitlist is live. Firelight.finance. Be among the first 1,000 to secure a 1.1 boost on foundational Firelight points, plus secure access to Alpha Lab, our private Discord channel. Yeah, so I like that very much so. That is very cool. In case you missed it, Firelight is a scalable yield engine, not just a staking product. Indeed. By the way, they upped the wait list from 1,000 because it just screamed and filled up to 3,000. So you're not late. Firelight.finance right there. I signed up a couple of hours ago. Where's the live stream? Got on that wait list for sure. What's going on, crypto man? How are you, bro? Do this. Hit that wait list. And if you're interested, only if you're interested, though. Carl Billies is in the building, says he's locked in. Appreciate you being here, sir. JR says hello from Tejas. What's going on, JR? We just talked with another friend from Tejas today. Guys, do me a favor, hit that like button. That'd be really, really, really cool. Flare Mainnet anniversary is exciting. Bitcoin hitting 123,000 is exciting if you took profit. If you took some profit, I don't know. Seemed like a good time taking profit. For me, I didn't do quite 123, but you know, profit is profit, baby. You know. Pookie Pookie says, I definitely signed up at 10 a.m. Nice, Pookie Pookie. You were on it, bro. Crypto Man says, Flare, indeed. So, Flare Mainnet anniversary, Flare Mainnet anniversary, I think is awesome. I think it's cool. I think it's forever exciting for him. 3-year anniversary. That is awesome. 3 years, Mainnet launch. I hope, look, you know, sometimes people can't see the forest for the tree. The definition of vision, my friends, is seeing it before the masses see it. Is it still in our 10% bucket in the crypto Caesars home? How many of you know the answer to that? Is it still in our 10% bucket? Our 10% bucket. Not telling you guys to do with your money. But is it still in our 10% bucket in the crypto Caesars home? Yeah. Still in 10% bucket. We get 1,900 going to Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, or a combination thereof. $100 FLR. Certainly always weight it that way. 9 times. Whatever you want to say, however you want to do it. Of course. Of course. Pookie Pookie says, yes, it's in your 10% bucket. There you go. Pookie Pookie's been paying attention for sure. I hear you, Boogie Boogie. So yeah, it's live, fam. If you're interested, that wait list. Me personally, I think that Firelight has a chance to be a next level D app, next level D app on a next level layer 1 blockchain, just like SparkDex. By the way, I think the SparkDex thing did something today. Was it tomorrow or today? Tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow. Sparked. I don't know which one is. I don't know if it's the the thing that's probably not available to U.S. investors, or if it's the 10 million FDV for a Spark token. I'm just hanging around. I'm just gonna hang around to the 10 million FDV, man. I'm not doing this and KYCing over there and dealing with geolocations and all. I'll wait for a 10 million FTV. Oh yeah, it did. By the way, took some suies. I think I said that. Got to exit sui before the take some profit before the unlock. The unlock's coming. The unlock is coming latter part of this year. So took some profits ahead of that. So yeah, I'm really really excited about that. Now I saw something from what's that dude's name? The dude who built Santiago Velez. I thought it was interesting. Hopefully I have it. Let me see if I can find it. Someone said something about they were interested in, I think it was XRP-FI. And Santiago, I think they wanted to, no, Doppler finance. Someone wants to do something with the XRP on Doppler. So let me see if I got this. James Nova said, I'm really interested in staking XRP. I'm wondering what the respected influencers like Jungo, Crypto Eddie, my heart's broken, my name's not here, Vite Win, oh my God, I can't believe he put that dude in there. Santiago, not Vite Win, but digital asset investor, Santiago, and think about this new platform. James Nova, again, is interested in XRP staking. I'm wondering what the respected influencers think about this new platform. Since he tagged Santiago, Santiago was one of the people that responded. Well, 589. Well, 589 says DeFi is bigger than CFI or better than CFI. I just, again, that was my challenge with Doppler, little to me intermediaries. So Santiago Velez, the smart guy, I think he's part of the Real Vision team as well, said, isn't he? He doesn't put that in this thing, does he? He doesn't. All right. I've met the team. They appear solid, but truthfully, I haven't known them for very long. Personally, I prefer trustless solutions like DeFi in the form of F assets on Flare networks. This space is littered with the graves of lost investments. I'm in there hanging around here screaming. I'm knocking on the thing, trying to get out. This space was littered with the graves of lost investment by those placing their trust and money with other people. Again, he says, I prefer the trustless solutions like DeFi in the form of F assets on Flare networks. Just saying. Just saying. Now, I'm going to go to Crypto Eddie's post here in a second. She had a very, very interesting little thing. She kind of, she was singing the praises of XRP and someone kind of clapped back at her. So I'm going to share it. Keyless. FirelightFI, the staking and others that's coming to Flare Networks, keyless. It's FirelightFI. They got a wait list to join there. There's going to be some extra bonus points and other things for people who join the wait list early to want to do some stuff with the XRP to FXRP to STXRP to lending on Kinetic to providing liquidity pools on Spark Dex, that type of stuff. Or not, just staking. IGHT. IGHT. Yeah, it's at FirelightFI on X. And yeah, at FirelightFI on X. There it is right there, keyless. Sign up is right here on Firelight.finance if you're interested. It says we've surpassed 1,600 out of 3,000. I don't know what it is now. That was 8 hours ago. But it was originally only supposed to be 1,000. That thing shot up real quick. So, but yeah, Crypto Eddie did something, and do I want to share that now? Yeah, yeah. I went to Chat GPT about this as well. So let me go find this. Let me see if I can find it. Crypto Eddie. Crypto Eddie was to celebrate. We should celebrate over $3 XRP, right? What should you call it? Pink sparkles? Jeez, my thing. Let me go here. Crypto Eddie. She follows you. You got a little internet going on here, yeah. At least on my end, it's freezing up. Freezing up. All right. She pinned that one. Like it. David Schwartz had a response to it. It's just not an accurate one. Anyway, I'll cover that in a second. So Crypto Eddie did this post right here. David has a way of, rationalizing. Anyway, she got, she's celebrating here. If you put $10,000 only 3 years ago, your best return today, XRP 77,000, Bitcoin 52,000, Ethereum 19,000. The reality is XRP just got started. There's a chart. She said this came from HODL. Who's this XRP HODL? Right? Okay. Right? That's nothing to sneeze at in 3 years. Someone in the comments said this. I don't like these very much. You can always cherry pick some range where the assets outperformed. XRP sucked since 2018 until now. She said, yes, it sucked. Da, 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 da. Now, this person, ITB1, did a 10-year. 10 years, right? A lot of people are going to say, well, lawsuit, cloud on title. And my response to that is always, well, China banned Bitcoin. G7 nations were banning the asset class, Bitcoin. That seems harsher than a lawsuit when an entire nation bans the asset. That seems harsher. Anyway, so they did a 10-year return. And now I don't know these numbers, right? I don't know how accurate the numbers are, but they're going from July to July. July 14, 2015, July 14, 2025. Again, you can easily put the numbers in and find out for accuracy, but this is my point. So they got Bitcoin at 5,233% return in the last 10 years. 10,000 goes to 533,333. Ethereum, 1,833% return. 10,000 is 193,000. XRP, 3,800% return in 10 years. 10,000 turns into $391,666, right? Someone put something up. Of course, Doppler's going to come in here and, suggest people hand over the XRP. But anyway, there it is. Right. So I went over to check. Let me see. I asked what was a better. Where is that? Is that in the end? Yeah. Here in the end, I did. I said, thank you. By the way, what do you think is a better? What do you think is a better, more accurate and fair assessment of ROI? But between Bitcoin, ETH, can't spell there, Bitcoin, ETH, and XRP, 10,000 invested, a 3-year or 10-year time frame. So again, is a 3-year or a 10-year time frame the best? Which one's the best time frame? And ChatGPT had a little something to say about it. It says which look back window gives the fairest RR, return on investment comparison: 1 year, 3-year, 10-year. On the 1 year, it says has some pros, captures current momentum, good for traders, timing rotations. The cons, highly path dependent. One Fed pivot or ETF headline can flip the ranking, doesn't show durability. What it really tells you on a 1 year is who's been hottest lately. Who's been hottest lately? On the 3-year, it says the pros are encloses an entire bear to full cycle for both Bitcoin, ETH, and XRP. Prices and macro shocks like CPI spike, rate hikes, ETF approvals. All 3 assets were liquid for the full period. He's doing 2022 to 25, 3 years, right? The cons, still too short to see network effect compounding. Any single black swan, e.g., Luna or FTX, could skew the frame. What a 3-year time frame really tells you. Who outperformed through a full crypto cycle with a question mark? Who outperformed through a full crypto cycle? 10-year. The pros, multiple halvings, multiple bears, which is really multiple 4-year cycles, multiple bears equal stress tests for conviction. Captures the entire history of ETH and XRP, SEC saga, right? The XRP, right? So the cons are favors first movers, Bitcoin, XRP. ETH has data for only 9 years because we're not in August yet. Okay, so they're saying it was August of 2015 for ETH, so not quite 9 years yet. Next month, ChatGPT for you. We're days away from anyway. So that's what it says there, and it says what it really tells you. What does a 10-year comparison really tell you? Framework really tell you? Which networks created the most long-run wealth per dollar? Which network created the most long-run wealth per dollar? So they're not, I didn't ask about the best asset. I asked about the best time frame to assess the assets. All right, so it says reality check with round numbers. What is this? Bitcoin 3-year return, 20,000 to 57,000. Okay, plus 185%. July 2015, $300. Yeah. So I was in space 16. 10-year ROI, 19,000%. 19,000. ETH tells you the numbers. It's got a 3-year return plus 190%. And a 10-year return, it says here 160,000%. XRP, 3-year return is 100%. 10-year is 9,900. ETH killed the game there for sure. Price is rounded for number's sake. ETH launched August 2015, excludes staking and yield. So which horizon is best? That's the only thing I'm asking for, a better, more accurate, and perhaps fairer assessment. That's all I was looking at. For a trader, comparing tactical rotation, use 1 to 3 years or even shorter, because that's the window you actually stay in the trade. For a long-term allocator, an investor, wanting to know which network compounds wealth the hardest, 10 years is unbeatable. But again, it wants to point out ETH hasn't had its 10-year anniversary yet. Okay. It's weeks away. But remember, only Bitcoin and XRP span the full decade, according to ChatGPT. For a balanced scorecard, look at both. 3-year CAGR shows how each asset handled the latest macro and crypto cycle. A 10-year CAGR, CAGR, shows which networks win the marathon. Practical takeaway: Bitcoin wins on risk-adjusted, multi-cycle durability. That's what we talk about in the Mag 7. The best risk-adjusted reward assets. ETH crushes long-run ROI from $2 to $3K, but it keeps talking about this short history. But its shorter history makes the CAGR steeper. XRP lags on both 3-year and 10-year return on investment. It lags, it's behind. It lags on both the 3-year and 10-year ROI, but carries a pending catalyst. Bank charter, RLUSD stablecoin, that a backward-looking metric can't price in. Use a 3-year window if you need to decide where to rotate capital this cycle. Use a 10-year window if you're asking which of these assets has rewarded conviction the most. And always pair those CAGRs with volatility and drawdown stats, because upside is only half the story. I thought it was important to share that. I think it's important. I firmly believe, most people may not understand it yet, but I firmly believe that most of us are here on a journey to become a sophisticated investor. These are assets that we can hold on to for the long term, and also what's the word I want to say? Pass these down to your loved ones. Like, I was just listening to Gary Cardone talking about he's gonna have over 1,000. He's gonna leave over 1,000 to his children. BTC, right? I just firmly believe that's what we're on that kind of journey. Crypto insomniac. How are you, my friend? Appreciate you checking in. I'm late to the party. It's all good, bro. Appreciate you being here. Do me a favor, guys, and hit that like button. We're celebrating a lot of great stuff. I think one of the best things is Flare Mainnet's anniversary. I think that is cray cray. Bitcoin hitting it's only 3 years, right? Bitcoin hitting 123,000, somewhere around that today. New all-time high is absolutely crazy. For sure. For sure. I feel like more and more people are going back to the old ethos of, the reason why we have these altcoins is to get more Bitcoin. I feel like we're slowly getting to more and more of that. 10 Junior says, you guys are way over my head. LOL. I'm just keep adding to my FLR bags. I hear you, my friend. Welcome to the stream, bro. 10 Junior, how are you? You guys are chatting amongst yourselves there. Rick Cisneros checked in. What's going on, Rick? What is more important about Flare? What is more important about Flare is they are not only going to create a DeFi app, they're going to create decentralized AI, which will create DeFi prime brokers all on one chain. Yes, sir. Without question. It's coming. If you can see it. If you can see it. D Dre's in the building. What's good, bro? How are you? Hey, me and XRP is in the building. What's up? What's up with you, bro? Come on. DJ says, come on, it will flip. So it's really positional and chronological. Yeah. So look, we can only deal with what we have. We can only deal with the market and the cycle that we're in. That's all we got. Rick Cisneros says, not mine, but both Flare and XRP are in my Mag 7. I hear you, bro. You got Flare and a Mag 7 already. Wow. I hear you, bro. We got Flare and XRP in the Mag 7. I hear you. So right now, my Mag 7 is just Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. My 90% bucket is Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and XRP. But Mag 7, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. XRP is right on the border. It's tippy-toeing. It's right in that borderline of the Mag 7. Because remember, for me, when we talk about a Mag 7, we include network adoption. People hopping on the chain, having useful things to do on the chain, creating network adoption, right? Because people can hop on the chain because they're buying XRP, but having useful things to do on the chain is also included in that. For me, in my Mag 7 formula. Payment XRP said, me and my girl just backed up the truck and doubled down. Screw it. Yellow, all or nothing. I hear you, my friend. Talking about that FLR, right? I hear you. I hear you, my friend. So, this is a very, very interesting time to be an early adopter in this new asset class that's a digital asset space. Just got to tell you, it's early. We're early in this space. Just got to understand that. And yeah, so I'm excited to see, you know, what the FLR price is going to be, and right after January 2026, it's going to be interesting to see. Get these flare drops. It's going to be interesting to see what that's going to look like. But we got another till July for the F asset incentives, but that's only going to a select few. That's only going to those of us who are participating in the F asset system on Flare networks, lending. It, yeah, 2.2 up to 2.2 billion, just like Hugo said. So it's going to be interesting to see what that looks like. 3-year mainnet live. That tells me a whole lot, man. With a 3-year mainnet launch, that tells me a lot. So I'm not expecting that stuff. Bull run in 10 Junior says, so does the bull run in Q1 2026 or Q2? What do you think? I think 10 Junior Q2. DJ says, sorry, I missed it, but what's up with Wally Guard? It's just I won this for being an active participant over there at Wally Guard. I used their thing for web browser security, and I forget the other one I use as well. I can't even remember the name of it right now, but I use two. So you don't go to some nefarious websites, and it shows you a depiction of what you're actually signing when you do go to a site or something. And they sent me something because I won some contest for participation. Payment XRP said, did everyone sign up for Firelight today? Yeah. Did everyone sign up for Firelight today? That is the question. I know I did, Payment XRP. I know Pookie did. If you got to know what you know, you got to know that you know what you hold. Kraken Exchange, Keyless. Kraken Exchange is where I'll be exiting when I do exit some FLR. XRP Precision B said he hopped on that list as well. Hopped on that list as well. I gotta make sure I text my guy Danny Lowe's. Danny is a really, really smart guy. Really, really smart. Let me do this real quick, fam. Hold on. You're welcome, Keyless. You're welcome. So celebrate, man. Yeah. So just to share that I did take profit in the Bitcoin, Solana, Sui, XRP. What is it? Bitcoin, Solana, Sui, XRP, Ondo. Yep. Rick Cisneros says Flares is a part of XRP adoption, and XRP is part of the Flare adoption. Indeed, 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 it is. I'm telling you, people are sleeping on the desire from institutions. One institution, an entity, institution has billions and billions of dollars of XRP in value. Billions and billions of dollars in value in XRP, and they want to be able to do something with it. Some of it. And Flare is providing it today. And the XRPL EVM will soon. Okay. It feels like 2017 with more info, says DJ. Indeed. So we're blessed. But yeah, I took I don't know if the BTC, yeah, I mean, the BTC is the longest term, but anyway, took some BTC, took some Solana because I had the ETH and I traded in Solana, just took that win and just like, see you later. I'm glad I did. Look, 3 years plus with this ETH, man. Good night. So did that. So took some off the table there. Uh, then Sui, then XRP, and then Ondo. And because I still feel like those three, so those were the least amount that I took off the table. The biggest amounts were Bitcoin and Solana. But yeah, Crypto Insomnia says working on that $1 million, 1 million FLR token bag. I hear you, my friend. I hear you. I hear you. And who knows? I might trade in some BTC later for XRP and the bear. I mean XRP, FLR and the bear. You never know. I might. I might. Like, why wouldn't I? You're going to be up on BTC by about 50% after the cycle, right? Right. The CAGR is 50%. All right. DJ Morgan. Yep. Did good with XLM yesterday. Crypto Insomnia said did good with XLM yesterday. XLM been doing crazy. DJ says XRP EVM, baby. XRPL EVM. Yeah. Pookie says that's a smart move, CJ. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Gotta take some off the top, like learning from last year's mistakes, right? So don't want to do that again. Certainly don't want to be round tripping. But you gotta start staggering up some profits. Not telling people to do anything themselves right now. I'm just saying that's kind of how I looked at it. And I'm gonna put it to good use too. That's the other thing. Gonna make, yeah. Anyway, putting it to real good use. Rick Cisneros says, CJ, I said it earlier, DeFi as a service, Flare and Firelight are going to offer it to institution clients, safe, structured products. I hear you, bro. I can see it. I can 1000% see it. I think, again, I'm just trying to say this to people. I just feel like Flare Networks is further along in the journey of providing value to XRP holders. The blockchain, Flare Networks, is further along in providing value to XRP holders than any other chain. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying one chain's better than the other. What I'm saying is Flare Networks, the layer one EVM blockchain, in my opinion, is further along in that journey of providing value to XRP holders. And I fully believe, and I'm going to end with this, I fully believe that Flare Networks, the layer one EVM blockchain that I say is a next level layer one EVM blockchain, is becoming the promise of what Ethereum hoped to be. That's what I'm saying. I believe that. Truly, truly do believe it. Like people want to Flare Networks is not the Ethereum blockchain. I mean, come on already. It's not the Ethereum blockchain. But I do believe it is becoming the promise of what Ethereum up here hoped to be. It's here. But Ethereum hoped to be here. You understand? And I believe that Flare Networks is becoming the promise of what Ethereum hoped to be. Thank you. Oh, I'm making sure I'm putting that on you because, yeah. So anyway, there it is. That's just it, family. I appreciate you guys checking in. Do me a favor, hit the like button on the way out. If you didn't get a chance to do so on the way in, that'd be really, really awesome. It helps to get the channel out to more people who don't understand. By the way, I just want to say this real quick. Like some of you guys I can't wait to share the stuff that I've learned here in the last month and a half. I cannot wait to share it. You guys are going to flip out on the stuff that I've learned about um, financing and interest and credit card interest and home mortgage interest and line of credits and credit card interest and SBA loans, keyless. Jackie 33 needs to be on here to hear this. I'm telling you, when you learn the real interest that you're paying, some of you are gonna cash out on the wind moon, and you're gonna get a new car, and you're gonna get a new house, and you are certainly deserving, more than deserving. But be aware of the interest. It's not what it says it is. It's not what it says it is. The banks have pulled probably the biggest heist in the history of finance. And people have conspired together to disillusion the masses. It's yeah, it's tough. I can't wait to share with you guys. Cannot wait to share with you guys. It's going to be really, really cool hang for sure. It's alarming, but we have an answer. And one of the answers, one, is the digital asset space, but there's other answers to that madness where you can win, which is really important because that's what this channel and the old money doesn't want you to win thing is about. It's about winning. The banks play the game, but we figured out how to win the game. And that's a really, really cool deal. It's a really cool deal. All right, fam. Thank you so much for hanging out. Again, do me a favor and hit that like button on the way out. That'd be really, really awesome. And if you happen to be in that 55% or so of people that are hanging out, listening to and watching the Crypto Siege, do me a favor. If you've been enjoying those hangouts, please consider subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to ring that notification bell, baby, so that you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. I'm going to end this one like I do all my videos and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I, we're already winning. And I would ask you to consider this or perhaps ponder the idea or notion if permissionless. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya. Bye.